Hi, y'all. I'm Allison. A task of the utmost importance has been laid before us because I received a crow from Nosilla. She's a dwarf that will be attending Orilium Academy, and classes are supposed to start tomorrow, but she doesn't know what book she's going to be reading yet. See, the professors over there, they set the textbook, the core basis for each of their classes, but as a supplemental reinforcement of their coursework, they also ask the students to choose one of three books that they will read in addition to the required reading to help reinforce their coursework. So Nosilla, as usual, is all in a panic and has no idea what to choose because she is more indecisive than I am. So she sent a crow on its way to ask me for help. She gave me the list of the three options for each of the courses that she'll be taking, and we need to narrow it down to her final selection so she can turn in her list to her professors. So we've got a lot to do today and no time to waste because tomorrow is April 1st and that's when classes are supposed to start. So hopefully I can get this narrowed down for her and the crow will make it to her in time because she is at Orilium Academy. This is floating boarding school that was founded by G. Gross because we'll be doing the Magical Readathon and I am so excited for this, even if I am running late. So first thing we got to do is set up my TBR. And to do that, we're going to play one of three using the prompts that G has provided. Now, Nosilla is going into her apprentice year. This is her second year at Orilium, and she is studying a Master of Elements. So she's got quite the heavy workload. There are 6 classes that she'll be taking. Now, right now, she doesn't know what her bell schedule is. That'll be determined later. But first, we need to find out what her books are going to be. The first class on the list is Elemental Studies, and the teacher wants them to be enlightened. So she took it quite literally, and there must be a light source on the cover. At least that's the common thread that I can see with these books. So let me show you the 3 that we have to choose from. First on the list is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. You can see the moon is illuminating the sky. There's also street lights down here and some on the walls of the buildings. So first contender. Victoria by Daisy Goodwin has a chandelier with light coming out of it. And we have Eiffel's Tower by Jill Jones. And it is definitely a beacon emitting light. This one is nonfiction. So, since I am as indecisive as Nosilla is, we are going to play a little game to find out which one's going to win. And that game, of course, is one of 3. I have my criteria in here. This will tell us what order to stack those 3 in, and then we're going to spin a wheel to determine which one wins. So, our first order will be hard to open. Author name length. Least amount of letters will be on the top and the most will be the bottom. Let me count some letters. Hopefully they're not all going to be the same. Oh, we got the order already. Jill Jonas, 10. 11 for Daisy Goodwin and 12 for Wilkie Collins. Perfect, so it stays in this order. Let's pull up our wheel and see what book's going to win. Okay, what's it going to be? I think I most want The Moonstone. Classic mystery. Middle. Okay, the middle book. Dang. Okay, but I'm not upset by this. Victoria. This is historical fiction about Queen Victoria, and it starts out when she's 18, I believe. I can't see. Okay, so this is at the very beginning, when she's 18 and finds out she is now going to be Queen of England. So she's going to mature and kind of buck the system. She's not going to be anybody's puppet, despite power-hungry Duke of Cumberland's plans otherwise. And she wasn't too impressed by Prince Albert when she met him 3 years ago. And it seems that she's destined to marry him. So I am really looking forward to this. I don't really know much about Queen Victoria other than her great love for Prince Albert and, her modest values and whatnot. So This will be a good one. And I think it'll be good for Nosilla to read it as well. Okay, so elemental studies. Apparently Victoria will have some insight into that. And these two will go back on the shelf to wait for their turn on another day. Our next class is shape-shifting. And the professor at this time feels that it's important for students to be engaged in what they're reading. And these were 5-star books that were blurbed by other authors that the professor enjoyed. So they felt confident offering up this list to the students. Okay, so I had a bit of a difficult time finding these because I've gotten stingy with my 5-star reviews, and I also wanted to only use books that I already own. I don't want to buy any more books. So I went back through my reading journal, and the first one that I found with a 5-star review was The Drowned Woods by Emily Lloyd Jones. And it is blurred by Ashley Poston, who wrote Among the Beasts and Briars. This is already on my TBR thanks to Just Spin It. So how awesome would that be? So here is our first one. Next one I had that got 5 stars was The Man Who Died Twice. While there are blurbs on here, I don't own any of these authors' works. So I decided to go back to the beginning of the series and check the back of that one. Thursday Murder Club. And I found one. Alan Bradley, author of The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, blurbed this one. So this will be our second contender and another bonus. This one is also on my TBR already, which again, awesome. Kind of scares me because my TBR games like to toy with me. So when things are going a little too smoothly, I get nervous. But our third book was The Memory Thieves by Danielle Clayton. And this was blurbed by none other than Rick Riordan himself, which means I can continue on to the next portion of the Percy Jackson universe and begin The Lost Hero, which is the first one in the Heroes of Olympus series. So this one's going on the stack as well. And I am super hyped for all 3 of those books, especially because 2 are already on my list. So how cool would that be? All right, let's go ahead and, oh, no, wait, we need to find our stacking order. Okay, so many moving parts. Let's take this one. And we get number of reviews on Storygraph. Lowest to highest. Let me look that up. Okay, I'm sure you can guess what order these are going to go in, but let's make it official. Okay, the lowest will be our top book, and that is Among the Beasts and Briars with 3,395. Then we have The Sweetness at the Bottom of the Pie, which had 11,916. And most reviews was Rick Riordan's book, no surprise there, was 67,298. So here is our order. Let's spin the wheel and find out which one's going to win.
Auto shutdown canceled.
I don't know which one I'm hoping for. And I think you just got some weird audio. First, so the top book. This is like a freebie because it's already on my TBR. I like that. This essentially just shrank my stack for Orilium to 5. Or actually it shrank Just Spin It. Because this is going to be subject to all of the Orilium rules now. And there are plenty. And now that I think about it, I really wish Rick Riordan had won because I'm dying to get into this. It will just have to wait for another day because we've got another class. Animal Studies. Now, I don't know if the teacher has a little twisted sense of humor or not, but yellow letters on the title. Animal. Writing with yellow letters. That's all I'm going to say. At least it's not in the winter. So, all right, let me find the books. What were we doing? Oh, yellow letters. The first one is The Empty Grave. Now, not all of the letters are yellow, but the title is, and that's what we're looking for, a yellow title. This would finish Lockwood & Co., which I have mixed feelings on. I don't know that I want it to end, but I want to find out how it ends. You know how that goes. The next one is In the Courts of the Sun. This one's the 2012 apocalypse kind of thing, and I think it's Maybe has an alien tie-in or something. It's sci-fi. And then we have A Million to One. This is a Once Upon a Book Club box. YA. These 4 ladies are going to be involved in a heist on the Titanic. And this, of course, will have its own video if it wins, with unboxing and whatnot. And that title was definitely yellow. All right. Oh, we got to order. Order in the court, people. Order in my brain. Let's take this one. Pub date. Okay, the oldest goes on top and the most recent on the bottom. I have a guess on what it's going to turn out to be, but let me go confirm. I don't need the computer. I can look in the actual book. Oh, crazy. Okay, so we have a 2009, 2017, and 2022. So there's our order. Time to spin. I kind of want In the Court of the Suns because I don't think I'll pick it otherwise. Okay, what are we going to get? Lag. Thank you. First, I got In the Court of Suns. Oh, In the Courts of the Sun. December 21, 2012, the daytime stops. So Judd, a descendant of the Maya, is a math prodigy who rakes in profits from online trading using an unusual system, an ancient Maya divination tool called the sacrifice game. So Judd is unwillingly thrust into action by mysterious game designer Marina, who wants his help in deciphering an ancient Maya codex containing the secrets of the game. And this codex foretells the end of humanity. Only Judd can prevent the coming apocalypse by entering the mind of an ancient Maya king. His mind-warping journey takes him back to the height of the Maya civilization and forward to the edge of time. So we're going to have time travel and Maya codex and codes, and I think it'll be a good time. At least I hope so. And I have a feeling time blocking this one is going to be like, but I want to know what's going to happen next. So we will see, because this is a sci-fi thriller. Yes. Our next class is astronomy, and the professor for this one did it a little bit differently. She gave free rein to the students, told them to go out and consult an astrologist for 3 books that they could choose from based on their zodiac signs. Thankfully, Nosilla and I are both Leos, so that worked out well. And she consulted Stephanie's book verse and Katie Flower Tarot to make her shortlist from, and then, of course, sent it on to me to make the final decision. So Stephanie said that Leos would be able to connect with Jace from any book in the Mortal Instruments series, and we are currently on book 5, so City of Lost Souls is going on the list. This will be a reread for me, but it's been quite a while. Stephanie also says Serafina from Aragon would be a prime example of some Leo personality just all over the page. And I agree, because this will be a reread for me as well. But it's been a very long time. And I have the newest book, Murtaugh, that I haven't touched yet because I'll need to go back and read this. So this would be awesome too. Then Katie Flower Tarot recommended Skyward, the main character, Spencer. She is definitely a very larger than life, take charge, creative kind of person. So I obviously have this, and I am on Defiant, the last book in that one, or at least the most current. So I figured any book in this series would count because Spencer, her story continues on all the way through this series. So I would assume this will be all about Spencer once again. Okay, let's find our order. I hope it's a fun one this time. I don't like the review one. Maybe I'll take that one out. Whoa. Page count. Lowest to highest. So if there are... Well, I'm going to go by numbered pages because I do have illustrations. All the ships and the maps and the... Now I want to read Defiant. Okay, the last page, including acknowledgements, is 420. Last numbered page. So, 420, 509, 534. Now, let's consult the wheel and find out which one I'm going to be reading.
Auto shutdown canceled.
Again, I don't know which one I wish for. I think Aragon. Yeah, Aragon. Lag. Building the suspense. Last, oldest, longest. Dang it. I mean, okay. Actually, I don't mind this. I just really would like to get back into Aragon. But instead, I will be continuing on in another series that I'm working on. So that is a win. And I'll be reading book 5 in the Mortal Instruments. And see what mess that JC and Clary and Simon. I love Simon. We'll find out how Simon's doing. Because I will be continuing on. Okay, our next class is Conjuration. And the teacher wanted the students to conjure an image into their mind, pick a color, any color. And of course, Nosilla couldn't pick one, so we're going to rely on a wheel because I am just as indecisive. So let's pull up a color wheel and then make our little stack and then pick the order and spin again and all this stuff. First, color wheel. I found a wheel I could add the missing colors to, so we now have brown, black, gray or silver, and a gold on the wheel. By the way, this is wheelspinnerx.com is where I found this one, and it was really easy to add the missing colors. So if you've ever been looking for one, there you go. All right, let's give this puppy a spin and find out what the predominant color is I need to be looking on my shelves for. Are you ready? Okay. Gold. Okay, I know one off the top of my head. Definitely hits the gold mark. King of Scars, moving on in Grishaverse. Lead Barduga, this is where I am in the series. Now to see if I can find 2 more just as easily. Let me look. I'm going to say this counts. It's predominantly gold. And this is Murder by Invitation Only by Colleen Cambridge. And this continues the Philadelphia Bright mysteries. She's Agatha Christie's housekeeper. I love this series. Dying to read this one. One more. You know, it's times like this when I have to wonder, why do I do this to myself? Because instead of just picking one book, I'm looking for 3. But I also don't have to make the decision. So I guess it's worth it. Okay, I thought I was going to have to give up. But gold. Avalon High by Meg Cabot. This is a YA high school mythology based one. I would assume early 2000s. Okay, I found 3. That's all I need. 3 very different books. So we need to find our order. That's what we need. I lost my jar. Okay, are you ready? Let's take this one. Anticipation levels. Okay, most excited goes on top, the least excited on the bottom. Okay, most excited, Philadelphia Bright. Definitely. I have been out of this world for quite a while, so I don't know how I feel. You know, it would be nice to continue on in that series, so I'm going to say there's my excitement order. It looks good. So let's wheel. We got to spin. Okay. Oh my God, the lag. I'm going to take a nap. Let me know when it's done. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Last, oldest, longest. Least anticipated. You know what? I'm not too upset by this, though. I do like Meg Cabot. It's been a while. I've had this on here forever. And I'll find out if it's time to unhaul this or not. So this is going to be a boarding school, I believe. Ellie is going to be starting a new school. It's a suspenseful retelling of the legend of King Arthur. I'm excited for it now. So we're going to have Ellie. She's starting at a new school, Avalon High. Typical enough. You got Lance the jock, Jennifer the cheerleader, and Will, senior class president, quarterback, and all-around goodwill guy. So I would assume Lance is going to be Lancelot, Jennifer will be Guinevere, and Will be Arthur. That's what I'm assuming. So I'm looking forward to this. Okay, that worked out really good because this was nowhere near my radar. Although I really want to read that Philadelphia Bright book, but that one's like at the top of the radar. And it'll make for an easier class because so far I've got some pretty hefty coursework. One more class to go. Restoration. So the teacher is very concerned about reading slumps, and she has chosen 3 books that she thinks would pull anybody out of it. So let's see what those 3 are. To get myself out of a reading slump, a beautiful special edition is always a cure. And this is one of my favorites in the Harry Potter universe, The Prisoner of Azkaban, illustrated by Jim Kay. So this is going on there. I really hope it wins. I gotta dig. Okay, another surefire way is to take one of my favorite authors, Jessie Q. Sutanto, have her write a YA, a contemporary romance, and add presents because it's a Once Upon a Book Club book, and I still haven't read it. And I had forgotten I had already put Murder by Invitation Only as one to end a reading slump because this is a retelling of my favorite Miss Marple book by Agatha Christie, and it's A Murder is Announced. So what could be better than that? Well, potentially the other 2 books. Okay, let's spin and see which one. Oh, no, we need an order. Getting ahead of myself. I want to know. Let's go this one. And we get title by letters. The most goes on top and the least goes on the bottom. I gotta count. Surely Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban is gonna have the most letters. Okay, I almost had a tie because 21, 22, 34. So I just proved I can count at least to 34. Okay, let's go spin and find out which one of those is gonna win. I want all of these to win, to be honest. Is it gonna spin? You can do it. Go, 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 go. Come on. You can do it. Oh, no. Yes. Okay. Getting dramatic again. Where's my winner? Middle. Murder by Invitation Only. Although I'm kind of sad the other 2 didn't win. Dang it. Okay, oh man. Okay, so, and look, I don't have many short ones. So this rounds out Nosilla's classes. I think we've got a really good stack. So we've got a historical fiction, and there is a YA fantasy, a sci-fi thriller, and another YA fantasy. This one's got supernatural elements. And then we have a King Arthur retelling and a Agatha Christie retelling. This is an awesome list. I will be reading these according to the bell schedule because, you know, I can't do anything simple. At least you know if you've been around before. If this is new, then boy, are you in for a treat because you're going to want to keep an eye out for my next video where I will have the bell schedule because I need to get this list of books to Nosilla as soon as possible so she can turn it into her teachers so they can, you know, apply some randomness to find out what time her classes will be. And that will be the schedule I will be doing all of my reading from. And there'll be grades and hopefully I'll be able to pull this off. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you're going to be at Orilium as well and if you have a character that Nosilla might run into. Because I think we're in for a fun semester. All right, I hope to see you day after tomorrow.